Ro.16, Dream, DRG, Innovation, Dark, 2021 GSL Season 2, Code S. Africa TV, Freak Up Studio, live. 2021 GSL Season 2.
It's now time to decide which will be the first survivor of Group B. Again, guys, Group A is actually Thursday. We've had a schedule change, so...
You guys missed Group A. We started early. It was the best group in history, but we lost the ball.
It's even worse. We decided to just not have it and get rid of the players in that.
That's right. All four of these guys tonight are advancing.
Yeah, and the other the other players are eliminated for absolutely no reason.
That's right. They're uneligible to play in Code A next season because we hate them.
This is turning out to be one of the things we guessed might actually happen that I was kind of looking forward to, was a deep dive into TVZ. I don't know if we're going to have it for the rest of the day here. It depends on how some of these results go.
Most of it tasteless.
Yeah.
Maybe a mirror match at the very end.
Maybe. So Dream really played quite well against DRG, but I don't really know how much that matters because Dark's playstyle is so radically different from DRG.
Yeah, it is. It's very different.
All right, we don't even have more time to speculate. Our game's loading up. Game 1, Oxide.
Good Game Gaming, Dream. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Dark.
You know, if I was a billionaire, right?
Yeah.
Let's say I had the same amount of money.
You're almost there, but yeah.
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah.
But say I had the same amount of money as, like, for instance, you know, Shopify is doing so much stuff for StarCraft 2 right now.
Right, yeah, very exciting.
So if I had that type of money to put into the scene, I mean, they're already doing all the cool stuff, like making all the leagues and stuff, so I think I would just make teams like Great Game Gaming and Double Dragon Phoenix Gaming and stuff.
I would
and
make
just like
Gamer Gaming.
Just completely wasted like that. Just like outshine all the other teams in this way.
Mm-hmm. I'd say, well, that other team has the best players, but this one has the word game in it a lot. So
and also they all get paid more than your players. So they're like, can I switch to your team? No, you cannot. But not even all your players are in Grandmaster League.
Cortosis, he's going Roach 1.
Oh, damn, look at this. All right. This is actually a very quick one.
Really exciting, man. This is so cool. You know, I really appreciate Dark's ability to weave and bob through different build orders, especially when we have a day where it's going to be one of these TVZ deep dives. We really get to explore it. He is leaving no stone unturned here. Now, the Reaper is headed to the south here, and it's gone around, or I should say the Lings have gone around the Reaper, really.
It's not good for Dark, right? Because the Reaper is going to come back when he sees these Lings. And this is a third command center into factory. Or no, sorry, it's a factory for the third command center. So that's at least a good thing here for Dream, but
I don't think that he necessarily knows about the roaches. I mean,
no.
the Lings are not really the threat. The Lings are almost the red herring of the build.
Well, it's what gets the Reaper off your back so that the roaches can make it halfway across the map before they're even seen.
Yeah.
So he kills off all the Lings there, but yeah, here come the roaches, and there is no vision on those.
Okay, how close are they? Bunker finishes pretty quickly. So, I mean, he'll be okay in that sense, but the idea is as the roaches attack, you swap the damaged ones into Ravagers. And, I mean, it's not over for Terran, but Terran is going to have to be extremely ready. Okay, so Dream knows now.
Well, this is a really funny push. This is like 3 roaches. I believe he has 1 Ravager. Yeah, there it is. All right, so this is going to be mostly bile-based.
Yeah. Overlord's, of course, extremely important here. Does he? Yeah, he kills that. Now, does that supply block him? It looks like the answer is no. But he can just run up here.
The Cyclone is more than a ways off. This is pretty funny.
I feel like these are what my games in the beta look like.
Yeah.
You know, something like this, where you're like, oh shit, he's in my base.
Yeah. He's killing a good amount of SCVs here.
I don't know that he can kill that Ravager in time. Wait, hold on.
Oh, it pops out.
He comes out with full HP. He's like, I feel fine. All right, so 7 SCVs are killed. Are you supposed to run in the base with this? I don't know.
He killed 8 SCVs. It's 35 workers to 19. That seems all right. A lot of lost mining time and all that. It's only 2 bases for Dark, but that makes it more defendable, I guess. Yeah, it was a strange opener.
And I mean, where does Zerg go from here? Obviously, this didn't come without sacrifices on the Zerg side to try to get over there and do damage that quickly. It's 24 SCVs to 37 with that kill. Drones.
It was such a smooth pop into the gas, and then he targeted it still. These guys are both playing really well right now. Coming over and getting that supply block down. I like how Dream's playing, I gotta say. I like how he's like eking out damage where he can. Like the Cyclone and the Viking immediately go across the map.
So Zerg's gonna get a 3rd base up here. I don't know if much more damage can really be dealt to Dark.
No, I don't think anything really. It's going to take a while. 3rd CC is on the way, so it's not like Dream is even prepping an attack.
Yeah, Terrans don't like to be interrupted that early with damage. It really does throw off all the tempo in your build.
Just pull back there from Dark. Cyclone just kind of running around. We'll see what he can do with this double Hellion drop coming up. Yeah, going to still poke a little bit with the Cyclone just to kind of keep him busy over here. This might allow him to get those the Hellions to do something, but I just saw some units move over to the side of the creep in the main base. Yeah, a couple Queens waiting for this. So, Dark not being caught off guard at all here. Oh! Nice volleys there. 4 kills. Not bad.
Okay, this Sling attack is pretty big, actually. What? Oh. It's like they were attacking that, and they're like, we can just go through here.
We can climb depots. They're not that tall.
Now, Dark is going to go into a Roach game from here. I mean, like we see with those double Evos, Stim coming along. So let's remember back to what we saw earlier. We saw Dream fight DRG, and Dream had a pretty commanding end game, but I feel like DRG was sort of mismatched. I think he was, I agree with what you said earlier, Artosis, that I think Dream played enough mech that DRG decided to try to hard counter it.
Yeah.
And then to his surprise, like they weren't even playing the same game. And I think that DRG did okay for a while and then basically fizzled out. Now, Dark is much, much stronger with this type of composition.
Yes, he's very good with Roach play.
I think Rogue still overshadows everybody with this, but...
He won the championship with it, but historically, Roach against Terran, Dark is the best at it.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And so this is going to be fun to see. Again, another test here for Dream, who is a player who may be good enough to come out and be one of the strongest GSL players yet. We don't know. It's been a lot of the names that we're very used to who have been on top for the last few years, but Dream is somebody who's got a lot of promise. We're going to see how he does this time around.
The sky's the limit for him since he's done the military. He seems to be improving. I think he put out some excellent games, like just a lot of clean decisions, clean micro, clean macro that we saw against DRG. And so far here, like, he got caught off guard by Dark, but he did what he could to retaliate. And he's just macroing up here. I mean, I'm still very excited about Dream. I've been excited about him since he came back, and I think he's like proving that to be a smart thing to be excited about, Tasis.
I agree. So 1-1's about to finish now for Dream. We got to see if Zerg's going to have any opportunities to pounce over onto the third base, because Roach Ravager can a lot of times lead up to that. Now, The weakness of Roach Ravager is illustrated right in front of us here, is that you can't really stop the medevacs. I mean, queens are the obvious attempted counter, but you can just avoid the queens like we saw back there. And that was one of the rougher engages. So first, the Zerg has to get the Terran off of his back with that, and then he has to decide, is it actually time for me to attack in? And you can see Zerg wants to attack in, but the Terran basically gets to play this role where they can come in here and snipe bases. Good cancel at the last second, but hold on. Enough of the army came up there. Now, these tanks are very well positioned, but I just don't know if mathematically these numbers pair very well here for Dream. I think that he can kind of just move in, yeah, especially with those rocks gone, and wait for the next set of Ravagers, because that's going to be enough to completely wreck all these tanks. And now he's going to come in here and open up all of the map.
I think opening everything is super strong here. I agree. The tanks are being repositioned. The main thing is he needs to keep the biles off of his tanks, because the tanks are what can allow you to hold this.
But if you lose all the tanks, especially because you don't have a lot of factories, in fact, there might only be one right now, you don't have enough to survive. And this is what DRG failed to do here. Let's see if Dark can do exactly. So he kills the tanks. Now, it was a pretty rough trade, honestly. A lot of the Roaches were killed, but 14 SCVs were quietly killed off back there in the process. And now, I'm sorry, Artosis, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I think Dream's going to be all right. He still has 3 tanks, and he's bringing them up. He's doing a nice stim and spread here, moving forward. Like, the SCVs, losing 14 there, you're still fine. You're still at 50-plus SCVs. You still have your 3 commands. And, like, he basically kept his bio alive. He's continuing the upgrade train. Like, I don't mind this for Dream at all.
Is there no Baneling's Nest?
No Baneling Nest.
Because there's 18 links being made. And that may be what he wants to have tank.
Yeah, I wonder about that. I think that he probably should get the Baneling Nest, but...
Well, I don't know what else the 18 lings are for.
Maybe slip in for a counterattack at some point or something. Yeah, I guess they could technically tank those first tank volleys, which is pretty big.
Yeah, well, I mean the Roaches, once the Roaches die off, the Ravagers are the next to fall. The Ravagers are really the high-value units. So, Dream holds. I agree with your analysis that basically, I mean, when he got knocked down to 50, I think it was 2 workers, like, he's still pretty much fine.
Yeah.
And he's built that back up. Dark is sitting on a pretty robust economy, but Terran not being really stopped in any way is going to be taking a 4th of his own pretty soon here.
And, you know, the thing that we talk about a lot when we see compositions like this is how that they scale. Like, Dark is very good at this, so I think he will get into probably Ultra from here. He does seem to prefer going into Ultra Tech. Oh, no, Hydralisk Den coming down. So he's going to go into Lurker, which is, I think, actually a stronger transition out of this. You already have those ranged attack upgrades, and this gives a lot of tanking for those Lurkers to keep them around. But, yeah, Dark is super good at this. Like, I think he's, like, basically the best with this type of style, but Dream already showed us against DRG that he really knows how to play against it.
Okay, of course the medevacs get picked up again, or the units get picked up by the medevac. Can retreat for now. You can see Dark trying to lay out some preemptive biles. Those almost never work, but he might as well try. And Terran's ready to push. Terran's essentially maxed out.
Yeah, and his supply is a lot better. Oh, that's a good catch right there, too. He catches a lot of Ravagers on the high ground. Dark cannot come up this ramp against him. He can't do it. Yeah, has to back up. You will get absolutely pulverized if you actually try to go and fight that. That line of tanks. Ooh. Dark pushing once again, trying to use these vials to push everything back. Gets a couple down on that tank, so does eliminate a tank, but honestly, like, Dream's army is better than Dark's. That is not even a question. Little counterattack. Try to keep Dream busy. Look at this. Dream is having to send some units back. Ooh, and now he's pushing up as the more mobile units run back, trying to pick off some tanks, and he will get a few. Oh, that's a good... Yeah. That was a really good idea from Dark, because when you have something like those Roaches counterattack, you generally send a bunch of your bio to go clear that, and he hit immediately to try to pick off tanks, but Dream was super quick with some pickups on some of the tanks. Dark did end up getting some, but...
We've got the Ravagers continuing to be made with the Roaches. I thought he might switch into tech, but he's going to just remake and try to attack it again.
He's throwing down some Hydras as well. I mean, you definitely have to have some muscle here to hold Dream back. And Dark is using, like, the way he's holding him back is actually, like, very tactical, right? Like, he won't actually win the straight-up battle, so he's having to make various moves to slow Dream down, to make Dream double think what he's doing and all that. And during this time, he's buying himself time to switch his tech on. Like, right now, I believe that's 5 Lurkers that's morphing, so as soon as you start to add Lurkers into here, it's a lot harder to engage this army.
Yeah, well, the Lurkers give the Zerg a type of sustain that's hard to deal with because the damage is so immediate upon their burrowing. But Dream is holding his own.
Yeah, I think Dream is playing an excellent game.
Now, you know, one of the problems with the Roach Ravager is it's not as ideal later on in the game, so we're getting into that tech switch here. But Terran has patiently been upgraded. Infantry level 3 just finished. Oh no!
The hold position. I love it. Just murdering those Marauders running up. That would have been a dead base too, so very, very good move from Dark. And you can see, like, his tactical mastery of StarCraft 2 here, right? Like,
yeah, well, he knows a lot of Terrans, a lot of times try to basically set and forget, which is one of the best ways to play when you have a lot of tasks you're juggling, is like drop somewhere, stim, attack in, and start to macro, you know, check all your upgrades, hit another location, and that gets punished very quickly by hold position Lurkers.
Yeah, and look, he's getting a Nidus now. He's kind of filling out his tech tree a little bit here. Getting some more macro hatcheries, throwing down another base in that bottom right. I tell you, Dark is just so good at this type of thing. It's such a funny thing. Like, he's strategically really smart. He's tactically amazing. And look at this. He's running around like those roaches that don't scale. Here they are. They're going to do something. He's figuring out what he can get done with these that they're actually going to be somewhat worthwhile. Because, like, running them into that, no, that's, like, actually, it's almost better to kill them yourself so that Terran doesn't look at that and say, oh, he's changing his tech right now, you know?
Yeah.
Because they literally won't do anything in that battle.
So this Overseer just going to come through. Double Spire, dude.
Yeah.
I like it.
He's getting everything.
Okay, it is a Nidus. I actually didn't see if there was a Nidus made earlier. I was...
Right, boosting up to take this out. He actually didn't have that many units in this, but should be able to clear that. Too much problem here.
Good denial.
Yeah. Got to make sure he's not getting Niduses in your base. That's everything could go wrong.
It does seem like once you've Nidused once, the genie's kind of out of the bottle in that, like, you can't really surprise him with it again. But we've got another one coming, and maybe this one's actually going to finish.
Yeah, that one popped right as he threw the turret down. Oh! Well, he's not going to send anything out anyways. Another one up there in the main. I think he's got to get a Viking to push this out of here.
Yeah.
This Overseer is so annoying right now.
And Zerg's taken both the top left and the bottom right. It's another game where we're running out of bases. Now, this may put strain on Dark, even though I think Dark is vaulted ahead in a lot of senses. We don't have a lot of map to work with here. So Dark can continue to consume resources here, but will deplete his side faster and have extremely difficult positions to try to hold from here.
Yeah, it's very hard to break into the amount of siege shanks that we're looking at, but he does have the double Spire on the way, right? So he can get into Broodlords a little bit later. Is getting that upgrade, also getting Neural right now. Yeah, I think Vipers are going to be very key here. I know that there's already some Ghosts out, but it's been triple siege shank production for a bit. I'd love to see the actual number. I bet you he has 15 tanks.
Could be.
And that's like against Roach Ravager Lurker, like 15 tanks plus Ghost plus whatever bios left over. Pretty solid comp from Dream.
And you know, you don't really lose anything by throwing these Niduses down, even if they don't finish. What's really happening is that if Terran doesn't dive on top of the Nidus and kill it, a complete positional shift occurs where Terran can lose control of different bases and things spiral out of control. And quietly behind that, the Greater Spire is about to finish. So Terran needs to be ready for the tech that Zerg has pretty gracefully transitioned into here.
Yeah, this is getting kind of exciting. Like we are getting everything ready on both sides. Another factory is even going down. Air weapons being made. prepping for absolutely everything. Okay, here comes an attack. I mean, not a lot.
A little snipe on the tank, not a big deal.
No, not so much. The top
Dude.
left, trying.
Yeah.
He wants it.
He's aiming pretty high here. A drop comes down here in the bottom right. Looks like he's going to try to come down here and save this. I think the Marauders get the kill on the hatch.
Yeah. For sure. Picks off a medevac. It's all good. I mean, a good move from Dream. You want to slow this down as much as possible.
It's a great game so far, honestly. I do feel like Dream might be okay if this goes on for a long, long time. As long as he, all right, before I could finish my sentence, I was going to say as long as he identifies there's a hatchery up there and kills it.
That base is really super crucial, because if Dark were to mine that, like, that just gives you such an edge.
Well, if he mines that, Zerg mines out first. You know, one of the things about Roach Ravager is a lot of times you get some pretty astounding trades early on, usually not later on. That's why we're switching into Hydras and getting Lurkers and all these other units here, but it's going to come down to who has been more efficient cost-wise.
Yeah, unless you do secure an extra base over your opponent, which puts you up 2 bases on these maps, right? Bunch of Thors being made. Corruptors did just pop out, so probably a good choice to get those Thors as a bit of a counter. Ooh! Lurkers thought they were doing something there. The Ghosts really answered them, though. Moving forward to clear out this bottom right. It's getting a little bit tricky here. Like, we definitely see some switches coming, right? Like, Air 2-1 is halfway done here for Dark. He has more Infestors now. He's going into those Broodlords, but we have Tank, or rather Thor and Vikings. Still 8 tanks remain, 17 Ghosts. I think that Dream is really, he's showing his stuff tonight.
Yeah.
He is looking in better shape than he has ever.
Yeah, this is, I think, the best Dream's ever been. And you keep in mind, this is the game, the phase of the game, where DRG completely fell apart. He began to rip at the seams and died out. I think Dark's going to put up a better fight. Let's continue to talk about this position that is, I think, more unique to this map than almost any other map. Both the top left and bottom right are pretty hard to hold. They are pushable, but like, I can't imagine Zerg actually taking that top left base. I can't imagine Terran ever taking the bottom right. This is going to be a game where the map will probably mine out unless somebody gets a kill here. Nukes, by the way, have in the past been used occasionally excessively to the point where Terrans spent more dropping nukes on buildings where there's nothing there and basically lost value. I think we're kind of, the overall pro gamer base is adjusted so that that doesn't happen. We used to have occasionally like 6 nukes coming out at once from Mario.
Yeah, there
which
were
couldn't
times
possibly be the way to actually play correctly.
Yeah, nukes clearing creep tumors was a thing for a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, SCV's being sent in.
These are being sacrificed for supply, by the way. He's not like, no, my SCVs, how'd they get there?
Quite a few Thors out, but that does make me a little bit nervous, right? The Infestors can mess with them quite a bit. Has medevacs there as well, so that he can juggle them back. This is kind of wild looking at this game. Oh, just now getting enhanced shockwaves. That's kind of funny. Just assumed he had that already.
Yeah.
Another nuke coming down.
I think this will clip some of the drones. Just 2. I love how he sends the Ghost down in. Sometimes you'll just squeeze into a blind spot.
Yeah. Dies with his gun in his backpack. Somehow it would have gone down.
Oh, there's a big attack that we're not following. It's at the center right. Here we go.
A double planetary plus siege tanks. Dark might have enough to actually bust it, though. Baneling's coming in here as well.
Now, if he can actually wipe out that base over there, and then attack into the top left, Terran will not be on any bases. So he does succeed in actually wiping this location. And Terran will immediately fill back in this spot with one of those orbitals. Again, a more attackable structure than a planetary. All
right, takes out that Ghost. No more nukes there.
So I think Dark has a moment in this game where he if he can navigate this very carefully, he can win. But
It feels like it can go either way.
It can go either way, but I think taking out that base is one big win there, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be how he plays it from here.
Well,
now, easier said than done. Are there a lot of ghosts over here?
Yeah.
Oh, really there they are. I'm sorry, I don't know why I didn't see that right away.
Good fungal. But yeah, this is... Oh, look, he's having such a hard time actually connecting with anything there. But that's what you want, the mass spellcasters. Throws down the parasitic as well as the fungal. Yep. Very cost efficient there.
Terran has not reclaimed the center right base. I wish we could do a mineral check right now. I know that the bottom right and the center left are really the only economically viable places. The base adjacent to the Zerg's main is going to mine out any minute now. So I mean,
the first 4 bases on both sides are basically done.
Yeah, we just kind of factor them out. They'll dry up
and it's
organically.
Yeah, it's so hard for Terran to hold top left plus 3 o'clock, which is I think what Dark has to lean upon. Comes up here. This is not actually a very worthwhile location. So if you're trying to take this out, it better be with the idea that this will help you to keep him off of 9. Because like,
okay, yeah, you are completely right. This is basically to like, it's almost like a game of Risk here.
Yeah.
He just doesn't want him to have that part of the map because that way, the 3 o'clock location there is like far away.
Yeah.
It's further away from getting there.
But look, this is the type of move that you love to see out of Dark. This is what he's so good at. He brings the army over there, and then his Broodlords actually pick up some value in the center.
And it's a lot of APM to try to rebuild all this stuff over here. I mean, this is really where StarCraft 2 becomes insanely taxing. And it can look like there's not a lot going on. There's so much happening. And the best StarCraft 2 players can play like this effortlessly. But basically, positionally, Dream's been thwarted twice now in the course of about a minute and a half. And dude, look at this. Look at this. Look at
What am I looking at? What am I looking at?
He's making a hatchery there.
Oh, okay.
So Terran has to actually attack and push in over there. But the Broodlords.
Yeah, they're being very
annoying.
annoying.
Broods.
Oh. Those broods are some brood dudes.
Some brood dudes. Now, the creep spread's pretty insane. Oh my god, look at this.
Yeah, pushing back this area before he can even come over to attack 9, but not sure about that exact move right there, but the Broodlords, once again, pop in and do the damage. Dark really showing mastery right now. This is very impressive from him.
The final vital point here for Dream is the top left. So he's kind of, and I think Dream actually has the right idea to actually lean into pressure here because the offense acts as defense for the top left.
All right, moving forward, a lot of fungals starting to go down here. It is a bit scary. EMP squad, that was an amazing EMP right there. Very important. But
oh
look
my
at the
god.
Well, it was mostly Banelings.
Turns out these are giant robots they're fighting.
Yeah, they don't seem to care about the Banelings.
This is exactly what you'd expect giant robots to be okay against.
Yeah, like Dark was pretty certain he was Nesty, and then he completely wasn't Nesty at all.
We got to see these get repaired.
Yeah, he has got to repair those. Like, he's got like no money though, none. Tasteless. He's got 71 minerals, 36 minerals right now.
The robots are going to work. Who would have thought?
Dude, but he needs to repair because if you even look at those things funny, they're going to end up falling. Okay, Dark losing quite a bit. He's very low in that supply.
All right, what's he producing? I wish we could see that tab, actually.
Yeah, he's got Hydras and Lurkers right now. That's about it. A few Lings mixed in. Oh, he's got to be careful even about scanning. If one of those red Thors is on a creep tomer, a tank might kill it.
Yeah, actually. Now, the question is how much more time can Dark buy? Because you're completely right in that, like, he doesn't actually have a lot. Does Terran understand that that his base is being mined out from? Does he get it?
Knows. Yeah, I think he gets it, Cases. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
again,
good surround right there. That's
these
some solid
stray
kills.
Thors are very precious. You know, again, a lot of those Thors were in the red or the orange. See? And if a couple Lings come in at the right angle and just surround that and kill it, suddenly, poof, everything Terran has is gone.
No, like 4 Thors that low. I want him to stop producing units and just heal them.
I don't know what. Oh, okay, I thought it was just Lings for a second.
Okay, the planetary is going to get repaired here, but it is going to get taken out still.
Yeah.
SCV's running. This,
he needs to kill
this takes away basically all the mining from Dream.
All right, but in the yin and yang of this battle on the map, the 3 o'clock base is killed. The creep, of course, dissipates pretty fast in this version of StarCraft, so Terran can just reclaim this pretty quickly. But
we are getting so low, Tasteless.
I feel like he should make some more Vipers and try to harpoon the few key units. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How many ghosts are actually left? Because, like,
I think it's something like
you're
8.
probably right, though. Like, I think you still do need to rely on spellcasters. You can't do this through brute force.
Well, how many minerals are at the bottom right? Gosh, I wish we could go down there. Thank you. Okay, not great, but not bad either. Terran is not mining. Oh, no. Terran has, like...
Yeah, he's mining a little bit. Yeah. It's going to be gone pretty soon, though. Did he heal his Thors?
Well, yeah, that's kind of funny. I don't think he has, but it's a lot of minerals to heal that many Thors.
Yeah, but it's better than making new units. Like,
yeah.
it's just...
I can't disagree with that, but I'm just saying, like, he's pretty strapped for cash.
I want to see the production tab. I don't trust this. I bet you we're going to see a unit go up. What's he making? What's he buying?
Zerg's,
he's got 9 tanks, man. Is that army supposed to beat 9 tanks plus other stuff? Don't think so.
The thing is, Zerg could just expand again and the game's going to go on. That this is going to be a crazy mineral boost.
Yeah, he has 13 mules right now.
Yeah.
He's going to just suck up all the minerals there.
I don't know about this.
I think killing anything is good if there's no army there.
Yeah.
Like, going after killing that, now we don't have a sensor tower here. Now he has more free range of movement. Top left, not really takeable again for Terran. It's really all about 3 o'clock.
So the scans come down. You know, he's getting enough. I will say, it's kind of insane how Dark's played this, where he's just kind of elbowed his way into parts of the map that you just wouldn't think Terran could take. And we're getting to a really important moment here. Keep in mind that Zerg is basically mined Terran's area. Terran has not mined Zerg's. Now, Terran pretty much never does mine Zerg's, but this means that Zerg has actually taken more of the resources on the map.
A little bit sloppy right there, huh?
But with this top left base being taken and the bottom right base not really being a good pressure point for Terran to lean into, if Zerg gets enough resources and can defend the top left.
Top left is pretty low, though, too. It's not as full as 3. See?
Yeah, but it's another spot, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you're right, it's not great, but there's actually no more good spots on the map anymore. Hold up, Artie.
Right. Dark is going. He is trying to make this happen right now.
This was,
okay. Burrows his Hydras.
This is over now.
That was
GG.
not the move.
All right, so that's one way for the game to end.
Okay. That was a great game, though. Over 30 minutes long.
It was like an amazing back and forth, a beautiful epic dance of 2 Titans, and then Dark decided to jump into a stump grinder and kill himself.
Yeah, I think it was getting pretty difficult at that point. I think you were probably right, though, that Vipers were the call at that point. Like, Vipers can be one of the most cost-efficient units in the game, right? Even if they're EMPing you, you can kind of go eat a dead extractor and just continually try, and eventually you're going to get some abducts off and peel some units away.
Yeah, you need units that are going to use energy or mana or whatever to try to trade out effectively. That's why ghosts are so good.
Yeah, and the mass tank there at the end from Dream, very smart, just making it basically cost inefficient to attack anywhere.
Right.
So, that was only map 1. Dream leads. His plan's coming to fruition right now. 3-0 against Zerg tonight.
We're going to go to 2,000 atmospheres to see if Dream can close it out and be the first to move on in the GSL. Let's go.
Good Game Gaming. Dream. Dragon Phoenix Gaming. Dark.
So, 2000 Atmospheres, very different map. This is probably the best map for BC like ever.
Yeah.
Because of behind the main and natural, you have that dead airspace. So it's very common to go BC here. Very common to go into mech after BC. Now, is that going to be something that Dream does? Because already Dark tends towards compositions that are better against mech. Now that doesn't mean it's not possible to go mech. I just wonder how he's going to make that decision here.
I think that this map, it's structurally pretty different from the other one. It's got much more of a slant here where you can kind of go half-half on the map, but engage each other on either side.
Yeah, I think that some of the expos are a lot closer for fighting.
Yeah, on the other map, it's like there's definitely a clear area. That's why it's kind of crazy that, by the way, the Dark actually got into those areas. But there's definitely a clear area that you're not supposed to be able to ever take. So I don't know what that does for this game, but I think Dream did a pretty good job hanging on there at the very end. I think there were a couple mistakes from Dark maybe getting a little bit impatient. It seems like there was this moment where he just decided that he could kill these Thors when he couldn't. And like,
maybe
if he had not done that, I think this would have been probably a game we'd still be inside right now casting.
Great game though. Like,
oh yeah,
I love seeing the different skill sets come up. It seems like Dream right now, I feel like, is starting to complete himself as a player. Generally, we have players that, like, they're very good at a few things, and then they're kind of weaker at other things. And honestly, looking at Dream so far, like, one thing that's really striking me, he's like very good at macro right now, and his micro is very solid, but his decision making is really strong so far. He has made some superb decisions. Some of the pullbacks he's done against some of the Roach plays, the slower third bases that he did against DRG's counterattack style. I feel like we're seeing him really evolve right now. And I know he's had some deep runs, but how do I put this correctly? Like, sometimes people have deep runs and you're like, okay, that was great, but can they keep this up? Right?
Yeah, well, that's one of the questions is, when they debut some really impressive play, is that because they've built up such a solid foundation that they can maintain it, or do they have some good ideas but people catch on and they kind of figure out the little soft, squishy spots in their play and punish it?
Yeah, there's matchup luck as well. There's just like you play well on a given day, but with the solidity that we're seeing out of Dream today, like, I think he's honestly going to be one of the big Terrans in the future. And I mean, it's something that No Regret and I were talking about a lot a couple of years ago, but he's still coming into it. It takes years and years and years to get to the top of StarCraft, man. That's for sure.
Oh, it's something you really have to devote yourself to. I mean, it's why, laddering and getting to Grandmaster can be such an emotional experience. It's like, how long does this take to finally get into that top echelon?
So it is a BC play here, which was kind of expected. Also expecting that he's going to go into mech behind us, but you don't 100% have to. I haven't seen a BC in a bio build, though, in a very long time.
Well, I think a lot of the BC bio builds were just part of the fact that people didn't know how to deal with BCs for that period of time.
Yeah, I think you're right on that,
Like, when we were doing WCG and it was just BCs coming out and Zergs, like, running around with their hair on fire.
Yeah.
For a while.
No, definitely. That period was like, it felt like you could do anything after the BC, and so people didn't really have it mapped. But yeah, I guess we just wait and see on this. Melee attack on the way. So Dark right now he doesn't think it's BC that he's against.
Yeah.
It'll be very interesting to see if he cancels Melee or keeps it going once the BC warps over.
Now, a canceled Melee is not bad, but it's not good, obviously. These upgrades are basically the most impactful things that you research in the game and kind of allow you most of the opportunities that you engage to either win or at least hold your own if you're against somebody who's good. So yeah, let's see what he decides to do.
Yeah,
just rolled my chair over the headset cord and then pulled my head down. was an awkward moment.
I thought you were bowing to me. I'm like,
Yeah,
finally showing me the respect I deserve.
I rolled my chair and pulled my head down into my knee there. So, Yamato gun.
All right, here we go.
Yamamoto gun.
All right, now Dark, let's see what he's thinking when this pops in and starts doing the damage.
Like a spaceship.
Dark does not flinch.
Nope.
+1 melee is...
Oh my god, the queen got killed there, couldn't get pulled away. Wow. Kind of bumped up against the other queen.
Yeah, already a very successful BC. Lost mighty time, 4 drones. Yeah, wow, the Hellion counter.
Oh, and this is so many Hellions, and keep in mind a lot of the drones are pulled away.
Yes. Oh my god. The damage is insane.
Dude, 20? I actually stopped even talking. I was just watching to see how many drones are going to kill. 22.
It's not over, Tasteless. The BCs are still around. A counterattack kills 8 SCVs, so at least Dark got something going on there. Oh my god, he doesn't heal it. Is he just going to go to the final match? Like, how did he not? Oh, I guess he was microing Zerglings.
Yeah, well, this has been held. The Hellions are fine trade against the Lings.
Yeah, but you have to be so happy right now as Dream. This definitely went better for him. So a lot of drones dead. Not exactly the unit comp that I think Dark would prefer to have here. He does have that 1-1 for his Zerglings. And Roach speed on the way. A few Banelings as well. Yamato almost done here.
Dude, this tank is so low. Is still alive. He'll eventually...
Yamato the Overlord. Don't get greedy.
Oh, son!
So greedy.
What?
Are you kidding me?
What?
4 health.
What?
Okay.
Oh my god.
We need to...
He's our new leader.
We need to buff
Guys,
Queen
I want
damage
you to take all your
or
gold.
range.
Take your gold and melt it. We're going to start building dream idols.
Next PC coming in. Queen's frantically microing back. Dark has re-droned reasonably well here. All right, hitting his transfuses. All right. Forces the BC out.
Can this get away?
Yeah, it's a BC Tasis.
Yeah, what was I thinking? I can't believe that BC got away. Yeah, it was so unnecessary to snipe the queen.
No, it was so greedy. I was certain that he was going to lose the BC from that.
I have a feeling that even Dream playing this game is like, oh my god,
yeah,
I'm the chosen one. This is like right when Neo realized that he was able to control the Matrix, like he stopped the bullets. That's the moment that Dream just had.
He's like, I'm gonna win GSL.
Yeah.
And then in the next round, SOS just
SOS
bashes him. 3-0s him with
SOS
cheese.
makes a Nexus in his base and warps in a DT and he loses. He's like, well, that's so stupid. You don't have to play the game. You don't even play the game right.
All right, if Dark is able to take this, he's our new leader.
No,
okay.
No, that's not true. That's
Dude,
not
from
true.
this deficit?
No, I think what it's like we found a unicorn and then Dark killed it and ate it. We're like, oh my god.
What? We found a unit of corn?
A unicorn. Like Dream is like our unicorn. We're like, oh my god. We like touch its horn. We're like, it's a real
it's like
horn.
a unit of corn. I'm like, yeah. I mean, corn on the cob is great. I don't know what we're talking about.
Sartos is former vegetarian. He's like, how many units of corn? Tasteless. No, it's like Dark has just taken a sledgehammer and killed the last unicorn.
Yeah.
And then ate its organs.
Yeah.
Cut it open and ate its organs, and then slept inside of it. That's what this is.
And when he was done, he poured bleach on the ground so he couldn't recover unicorn DNA to make any more.
But if Dream wins this, he is our new leader.
Okay.
Get the little olive branches we put around his head. Okay. Get his special throne. I'll carry the front part. You carry the back.
All right. I'll whisper into his ear that he is not immortal.
All right.
These BCs just.
Can we kill this spore, please? Thank you.
No, dude, just leave it.
This is voice command cast. Kill that Overlord.
He's trying to make rainbow BCs.
Yeah.
He's got orange, he's got yellow, he's got green. They're blue on top of that.
He's only going to have the only BC that has pink HP, and then the game just ends. We're like, wow, every color.
Dude, he is doing infinity with these BCs.
Yeah.
Dark just not reading the strategy correctly, unfortunately.
I think it's fair that Terran have spaceships. I mean, should they have capital ships like this?
That's a good question, Tasteless.
Oh, okay. Well, the answer is it's fine.
Yeah, no problem. It's fun to see Neural used. Yeah,
so
this was
in
one
case
of
you're
the...
confused about what happened, the Zerg actually made it teleport over the Queen.
Yeah, in the Spore there, and gets that final kill. All right, re-droning now for the umpteenth time. His creep spread is actually okay still. Viper's on the way. We have Liberator range coming up. That's kind of funny.
Now
you don't generally see Liberator range with mech.
Yeah. So basically, the BCs did an extraordinary amount of damage. Terran is nearing or on the verge of maxing out. And, I mean, let's see how the push goes. Dark took a real beating. He is maxed out. I don't see any counterattacks from our Zerg. He's going to have to take this on head-to-head. Can he see these, well, I guess that gives away that there's infestors under there.
Yeah, throwing out some nice piles there. Gonna eliminate a few of the tanks at least. Cyclone comes back. He's like, sorry guys.
Sorry guys.
I don't know what got into me.
That was crazy. Like, I did what to you?
Nah, that doesn't sound like me.
That doesn't sound like me.
No, I'm funny when I'm drunk. Like, whoa, dude.
I would never, ever do anything like that.
All right, good push here from Dream. Very, very difficult for Dark.
So the counters come in. I don't know what it is to defend here for Terran, but Zerg kind of is sitting on a unit composition that doesn't really trade that well.
Against this many tanks, it is very tough. Nice little counterattack. He's trying to get something done here. Yeah,
there's a few more roaches coming. I think this is deflected. It's going to be up to Dream to inch a few tanks forward and then take out 12 o'clock. The counter is actually doing a lot.
Dude, yeah. This is very nice. Not going to get better than that,
Oh,
I think.
sick scan.
Oh, man. He felt that coming.
Sneaky snake.
Right, here we go. The couple Vipers in here. Throws down a cloud there. Oh, very good blinding clouds go down. He's going to be able to pick off a few, but takes a bunch of damage there still.
Yeah, the blinding clouds dissipated. I do feel like just tanks here is kind of vulnerable. It's this tank and the one Hellbat. And now Terran's going to move in here. Again, this, I feel like just Lings could kill this, and he's actually going for Swarm Host, which I almost missed.
Oh!
That's totally funny.
You know what? They'll do fine here. Yeah, they'll do really well, actually. It's a mostly tank composition. So I think that's, like, you don't normally see them this late because they're supposed to grind out value over time, but he's in such a tough position because he's getting pushed everywhere. So as like a last-ditch effort here, why not? See? Yeah. Oh, those are from really far away.
Okay, tanks are starting to push forward here. And I feel like Zerg's barely hanging on, but at what cost?
Dude.
12 o'clock is gone. 3 o'clock is, yeah, that's going to be gone.
Dream's supply is getting very low. He has a lot of bases, but like the Neurals and stuff, we're starting to see some big cost efficiency from Dark. Unfortunately, he is barely mining.
Yeah, the thing
he's got
is
71 workers, but he's only on 3 base.
Yeah, and 3 bases is like so low for how long this game's gone on for. And I think the trick is to just go in for kind of an assassination play on those Swarm Hosts. There's enough map to work with here for Dream. And mech is always pretty viable back at home, right? The tricky part for mech is getting across the map. I think Dream can close this out, but Dark definitely has some tricks up his sleeve.
He's got a lot more armor supply right now. Yeah, the Nidus is a great idea to jump around with those Swarm Hosts, maybe even hit the main with the Roach at some point. All right, Infester's going across the map right now. Roach is at the tower. Catch those. Oh, good catch there.
Yeah, and again, killing these high-value units is everything right now. Because right now, it's Swarm Host and Infestor that's going to make this work. And if you can confront Swarm Host like this, no damage. Even the turret lives through that. And Dark has just doubled down on Swarm Host. We have 4 more coming.
Nidus is done, so he's going to give himself a lot more opportunities for jumping around and getting damage.
But where is the Overlord to send the Nidus out here? I don't really see it.
Yeah, he's sending a group of roaches forward here. Maybe he throws it down over there. Yeah, there it is. Right outside of that scan. So, I mean, you might be able to, like, just snipe a planetary or something. Let's see. He has a lot of Swarm Hosts right now. Another BC being made. 2 BCs. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, I think it's smart. I mean, the Swarm Hosts don't deal with this.
No, definitely. That's a really smart move, and it's kind of low economy right now.
This is a great play with the Hellions. This is the best I've ever seen Dream play.
Oh, yes.
By
for
far.
Sure, for sure. He's looking much stronger this season, and he had a great season as well.
All right, well.
Put him in the Nidus, Jesus. I guess they don't load that quick anymore. Okay, so pulls him back, loses 10.
Second Nidus is being made.
Yeah, kind of far away, but you gotta just do what you can do right now as Dark. Dream, he still has a lot of bases, but Dark is keeping him back at this point. He's re-expanding to all of his bases. He's so good in these types of games. These low econ, kind of crazy, tradey games.
This is one of the weirder positions I've seen a Zerg in. Like, I'm not even sure how to cast this quite. Like, the Swarm Hosts are high in number. He's kind of sending them out to these locations. And I think smartly so, Dream just sort of abandons this because obviously these can't be here for that long. So just run away.
Totally. Let the Hellbats eat the brunt of that. Ultralisk Cavern on the way. That's wild.
Dark can still do this, man. He's still actually a real threat.
What's he going to do against these BCs? He actually needs to go Infestor again, I think.
But the problem
I don't believe
is
he has any.
Look at how much Dark's expanded now, bottom right and top left. That's not a lot for the BCs to try to wipe. If the BCs can go 1 to each base and start doing damage, and then maybe Dark can push out or take, Dream, excuse me, can push out and really take a fight, maybe.
Dream right now making some pretty impenetrable locations, but the Swarm Hosts, perfect tool to deal with that. Solid mine hit there. Tanks just running away. And here comes the attack. Dude, Dark is really doing it, man.
Dark is, I can't even believe how well he's played this game.
Who's the greatest human between these two? Is he still a unicorn killer?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay.
At the end of this, he sleeps inside the unicorn, like I said. Like that Revenant movie or whatever.
Thing is, when you open like the side of the unicorn to see if he's asleep, he's not. You're just like looking at him.
He's just laying there with his eyes open?
Yeah.
Okay, so the BCs are out. The counterplay is coming. But I mean, how much can he actually do? He's going to try to target down the hatch?
Look, 10 Infestors are being made because he knows that this is actually a huge problem. These BCs are not going to be easy to deal with.
Oh my God, the Swarm Hosts aren't even aimed for the command center. He wants to dive on these tanks.
Oh, that's huge. That's awesome. Look at that. Going to pick up 1, 2, maybe a third.
I think he gets
Put
one
some
of these.
damage out.
All right, only gets 2.
Still, though.
Now, the Zerg has pretty much mined out what was the third base. So again, it's going to be up to Dream to really micromanage these tanks. But I mean, he can just kill this hatchery. And then I don't know actually what Dark has. He's got 1.3k mineral and gas.
Well, he's got, what he has, Tasis, is 2 of the most fun units ever designed, the Infestor and the Swarm Host.
Ask the player, depending on the race, Artosis. We'll see. Oh my God, the infestation pit's over here. I kind of feel like he should have gone for that. Oh my God!
Big explosions there. Oh my God, the fungals come down.
Yeah,
and the vials as well. Kills a couple of them. Ooh, does the jump in time.
Ninja vanish.
What a wild game.
Okay, so, I mean, Zerg's not really mining. Not really. Terran's mining more. But Terran's like in shambles. These are some great TVZs, man.
Yeah, this is amazing.
I think the problem is that the cost efficiency of Swarm Host is so good, and unless you can actually just get over there and kill that, I don't know what you're going to do.
The BCs are super efficient here, too. I think it really comes down to the Infestor play against the BCs.
Okay, he's going to branch these out.
Oh, no. Those were underneath, and the Neurals.
Oh!
That was insane.
That was so good.
Oh my
That's
God.
game. That's it.
The mass neural into just an unbelievable amount of corrosive vials. What a game. What a game from these two. If this is what killing the last unicorn looks like, we need to find more majestic species to get rid of.
I think we do, Artosis. This is insane. What a game. I mean, there's basically no more options left for Dream. I think
he's dead.
Looking at this and crunching the numbers and realizing, yeah, this is just not going to happen.
What an amazing comeback, man. The mass swarm host just holding on. He was barely mining earlier on. The BC switch just super clutch into the massed infester, which he actually was dealing with fine until they were hidden underneath the Ravagers, I think was the coolest part.
Yeah.
Well, kind of underneath, you know, like dispersed within and whatnot. But such a big attack incoming, just snags all of them, throws those vials down. I love it.
Damn. I don't know why we're still in this game, but it's cool to see these fights.
BC's, dude, they have a lot of efficiency. Are BC's not fast enough?
No, they need a speed boost. They need to be faster than Banshees. All right, here we go. Get ready for the next moment. Oh no, he's gonna actually lose so many of these.
Uh-oh.
All right, the Neurals were a little bit slow there, but eventually he can combo this together.
Okay, so he's stolen all of them.
All right, this isn't as cool as the first time it happened. It's kind of not, he's not able to quite make all the moves match together. Thank you. All right, GG.
But that grab of like 5, stacking them instantly and vialing them.
That was so crazy.
Beautiful, beautiful. You know, Zerg's the hardest race because you need to know how to use all the units because of Neural Parasite.
He has to have the right hotkeys binded for every unit so that when he can exploit that ability, he can then exploit the ability of the unit that he's captured.
Yeah.
Dream, I thought, was going to win that, man. Oh my God.
No, I did too. I did too. Like the initial BC was so strong and Dark took so much damage.
Yeah.
Dream was running away with that game and Dark like just pulled it back. Almost through pure force of will there.
I mean, that was some truly
Super Saiyan
astounding stuff from Dark. I mean, talk about a guy that really knows every way to play the race. We're going now to Romanticide. One of these two players, will win and move on to the next phase of GSL. Let's see if it's Dream or if it's Dark. I sensed that somebody was going to do something cheesy, but I thought it was going to be Dark.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, let's see what this is going to be. The 2 SCVs are coming. You recall the kind of fake bunker rush into the Reaper's macro play? Like we saw from... Was that Keen against DRG?
Yeah.
On this map? I wonder. I mean, it could be something like that. I was actually quite a fan of that build. I thought that was super neat.
So the big question to start this off is, maybe does the Zerg see this? And that's all dependent on, scouting. So what's the trajectory of this Overlord?
And that one...
I think that does go into range. But
actually, I think that's just on the edge. Yeah, that's
a
little bit hard.
I think he sees it.
Tasos, I've watched and casted a lot of GSL, and generally they miss the proxy by a quarter of a centimeter.
That does seem to be the theme. Or right now it is in range, but he'll change that at the last second because he's a click gamer.
Yeah.
I better
get see that click gamer?
He's like, click away.
Quicker if I go
My
over here.
My APM is high. All right, so he knows now.
All right, the SCV's coming up.
The drone's coming down. Bunker started. Every hit on the SCV is so important. The bunker will be canceled. He repairs the SCV.
Yeah, just making Marines here.
He's committed. The drone pull is perfect. The SCV is extremely damaged. No workers have been killed yet. quite the dance with these two.
Dude, yeah.
I think Dark
is really
Dark is
well.
playing so well.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Bunker Rush is one of the most iconic plays of the game.
Yeah.
24 years ago, still here today. This
lost
has been hell.
nothing.
He literally lost nothing.
How does that even happen? Well, I guess there are some Marines coming up, but that spine is about to finish.
No, he's held this. A queen
Yeah.
and a spine. What are you going to make more Marines and attack into that?
Possibly.
I think he's in good shape, Artosis.
Yeah, for
the
sure.
barracks are lifted.
Dude, that was just like the most flawless hold. Now, it wasn't like an all-in from Dream. You know, it was 2 barracks. It's not the end of the world that didn't work. You can't go to a macro game from here. Generally, people go triple CC behind something like this. Factory at home, triple CC.
Although I would say overall a good sign for Dark here. He literally played that perfectly.
Yeah. It's very impressive. Gets a... Look at this. Didn't even lose either Ling. He doesn't lose anything, man. This is going to be the first flawless Zerg game.
I can't
Have we
believe.
still only had 1 flawless pro game?
Is that the one with Flash playing or Innovation?
MC had a flawless game where like he didn't lose any units during a 4-gate at the pro level.
I thought we had one game where Innovation or Flash, when Flash was playing StarCraft 2, also didn't lose a unit.
Really?
I think so, yeah. And I think it was in a Bunker Rush.
He would be the guy.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting, actually, to see a little compilation of all the flawless games played at the pro level.
Well, I mean, in RTS, it's supposed to never happen, right?
Well, you should lose stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like Blight, you know?
well, it's just like it's the way that the game goes. By the way, we have Banelings coming here. It looks like he might try to do a bust. I don't believe this is Banelings, just like in case Terran has a special attack after his barracks land back at home.
Huh. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe.
If it's this early, I think it's a bust.
His Overlord flew over, so like he saw basically what was going on. Yeah, here come 12 Lings. I think you're right. Banshee on the way. Stim as well.
And I guess we got to wait and see how well the attack does. If I'm right, it is an attack. I see some more drones making. Okay, he's back into more Lings now. But I mean, this seems to size up fairly well here for the Zerg. Banshee's coming out, but that's probably going to be headed towards, you know, one of the locations with drones to hit stuff. So it might not be handy for the defense. And I guess I'm wrong. I guess he's not going to do it, man. I thought that was what was coming. He's making 9 more drones. Double Evo, not the case at all.
Yeah, gonna just go into some solid macro play here. I'm hoping we have another like truly epic game between these two.
Well, I mean, these have been some fascinating TVZs, man.
Yeah. They're a good match right now. I mean, looking at the game right now, I think you do have to give an edge here to Dark. His upgrades start just behind those of Dream, which is really nice. Spire's about to finish. We're going to see if he wants to do just Lingbane, or perhaps he wants to go into a Spire this time. I mean, Hydralisden is even an option, although it's not really that trendy nowadays. I've seen some people toy around with Lingbane into Lurker, which I don't think it's very good. But
everything is different after the Bunker Rush is stopped because there's lost production time with the barracks flying across the map, and Zerg really gets to stretch out their legs in a game after the Bunker Rush is held. You know, they get a lot more freedom to grow and move. On paper, it's just better. It doesn't mean you can't win as Terran, but
Dark here is going for the exact same thing he did against Innovation, where he's going macro hatch in the main, plus expanding to 2 locations at the same time with a pure Lingbane play. So what he's going to do is most likely rely upon counterattacks, but yeah, I guess Dream got to see that, right? So he should have a decent idea of the way that Dark wants to play this. Going to drop that tank out on the high ground. Really nice location. Banshee dies. A bit sloppy there.
Okay, the Lings are coming down, and the tank's not going to get away. An easy hold here for Dark as he's continuing to grow. 5 bases now for him.
Yeah, this is scary.
And, yeah, I mean, Terran has to do something. The question is, can they do anything at all? I mean, here comes another macro hatch about to be produced.
Yeah.
Upgrades across the board here, finishing for Dark. And, I mean, he's looking for a Terran to come out and fight, and he wants to squish that with what he's got. Now, Terran did lose a tank. It's not the end of the world, but we just want to watch carefully and see, does Terran hemorrhage too many units in this whole process?
Yeah. Honestly, like, and we saw this from Innovation, a tank-based attack I do not think is the correct way to do this.
I agree.
Tanks are going to gain you a lot more value against Hydra, Lurker, Road Ravager, any of those things.
Well, I also
think
think that
hyper-mobile, like very fast closing composition, like what are you going to do? You're going to get two shots off with your tank before it's dead?
Well, not just that, but when you lose everything. You can't save a tank that's on the ground.
Yeah, very true.
You know.
So I'd like to see him switch out of that. Like, I think it's okay to still make some tanks right now and utilize them defensively. But if you're going to, like, make 4 tanks and then push out with 2-2, I don't... It's not what... Okay, there you go. Drilling Claw is tasteless. And a second factory. That's exactly what I was talking about with Innovation that I would have liked to see him do. So nice to see Dream doing that. Yeah, he's like pretty safe and solid right now, right?
Dude, I mean, here's the thing. I just don't really... Look, I think maybe Terran takes 12 o'clock. But I don't think that Zerg dies to any of these pushes. I just don't see it.
I don't think he can even push anyways. I think that you just sit here and you take 2 bases as Dream, you get your upgrades, and you go into Ghosts. Like, because there's going to be Ultras coming, and you're not going to be efficient. Like, not enough against the... Like, even if you get efficient, Dark has so much going on. He's 92 drones. He's just taken his, what is this, 6th base? The counterattacks will just be brutal. I think you have to sit in a very defensive stance right now and then grind him down when he's on Ultra.
Okay, so the Lings surrounding now. I mean, yeah, no, the floor is lava, dude. Can't be out anywhere on the map here.
The floor is Ling Bane.
The floor is Ling Bane. It's
lava,
even worse than lava.
Lava jumps up on the
stay
couch.
on the high. Yes, that's right. Okay, so 2-2 is going to finish. I don't know that that means Zerg attacks in, but just look at the mini-map. I mean, that really tells a story here. Nidus Network.
As well. He can do, like, everything in the whole world right now. Look at his income. It's crazy. He doesn't even have mules. He's up at almost 4K.
So where does a Nidus go? A Nidus pretty much always means that an attack is inbound. There it is.
Oh, I don't know if he's going to find that. I don't think you're expecting
touch.
That.
Uh-oh. Now, Queens, I think, can actually...
Yeah, he's not going to. I think if you have units there already, you just say, I was looking to just randomly
I was going to try to have a gotcha moment.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. These Banes are going to go on the SCVs. And I don't know if there's enough Lings to actually kill this. There's still SCVs remaining here.
He pulled the SCVs away from the Banes. I like it.
Well, the planetary goes down.
Just barely, yeah.
The counterattack happens here in the center right. I only see Queens.
Yeah, he's going to get the hatchery. So that's kind of nice. Drop into the main base. That one doesn't do anything. Though.
But this is mirroring a lot of what happened in our other game where Innovation was playing, where, like, Dark has bases to spare. Terran does not.
That is true. But you're losing pretty much all of your army when you do attack, right? He killed the base, but he did lose his Ling Bane. He is trying to, he remaxes relatively quickly considering his huge drone count.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Another one. Gotta be careful. You might actually send stuff out through there.
Yeah. You know, with, again, Queen Transfuse, occasionally it looks like it's over, and then
yeah,
they're all suddenly healed.
Down some blinding clouds here.
There's just too much here for Dark. I mean, this attack is completely trashed. And then, what about this 4th base?
Yeah, it's going to be tough. All right, drops behind in his defensive spot.
Oh, these Widow Mines need to burrow. Oh, okay, he just wanted to regroup before that attack.
Mine's getting some okay hits. The top group actually micro gets that Ultra very, very efficiently. The Ling's going to be taken out as well.
This was really well held.
Yeah.
I think Dark way overestimated his attack. I actually did too.
Yeah, Dark's economy is still very, very strong. Dream is going to have to really think about getting another base, I think.
I agree.
I don't think you can attack him on creep. Like, I don't think your army is quite good enough right now. Comes over, the Ultra's come to the side, gets one immediately.
Oh my god, maybe a second one gets sniped. Dark has to be careful. I mean, he's got a lot to boot, but a couple fights go wrong, and I mean, that's it. You know, Terran starts to come back and actually take some real fights. Dark was basically playing a perfect game up until he attacked into that fourth, and I think, especially with the Lings that were surrounding what was by the orbital, I think he just thought he had won that fight, and it wasn't the case at all.
Coming in here, oh, he's on creep, and the Lings get around his army in a matter of seconds. A few lurkers come in. Parasitic bombs onto those medevacs. But yeah, it's so difficult to engage right there. Decent mine hit as he continues to pull back.
Uh-oh.
That fourth base.
This is like the StarCraft 2 version of like, where'd my wallet go? Kind of. Like he just suddenly realized, like, oh my god, he took my wallet, I don't have it. That's the Nidus coming out in the base, and suddenly everything's there.
Oh, okay, okay.
I didn't know. I'm sorry, Artosis, it wasn't my best joke.
No, it was really good, but the coin in the ear might have been a better one.
Ew, yeah.
It's like, oh, there was a coin in my ear?
Yeah, how did you take a quarter out of there? It's like, I got your nose. I'm like, that's scary. Can I have it back?
Now what you do then is you eat it.
Yeah.
Kids sometimes scream.
Now you're going to have a skull face forever.
Take that skull face. Dad, I'm 4.
I don't want to have a triangle hole in my head. I mean, Dream's doing a great job. We got to see now with this new base in the bottom left if it is holdable or not.
Siege tanks and mines being produced. Probably a good choice. He's got to be efficient. He's got to have very strong defense. And you see that Dark is starting to transition away from the Lingbane Ultra. Yeah. There comes a point where it becomes very cost inefficient to attack with that composition.
Well, it seems like he sat on it for too long, you know?
Yeah, he was a little bit sloppy with it. It's like, it's super strong, especially in the open, and double especially on creep. It's like basically when you hit those ultras, you kind of can't die on your creep. And sometimes you can attack, but you have to be so careful. It's like, I think it's one of the harder things to attack with in the game. Oh, look at those changelings. This guy's a changeling master.
You should probably fork those out and find another spot for a Nidus to come in here. All right, big attack coming up over here. A lot of Lings, but some Widow Mines and reinforcements here, and another overextension here from Dark. You know, Dark has to be careful because he's basically unintentionally unchained the Terran here.
Bane's rolling up. I mean, Dream's being pretty efficient during these situations, but we are on a 90 drone Zerg that's basically taking the whole map. Ghosts starting to come out. Those are going to be very, very useful. Tanks coming forward with this Liberator. Oh, stop some lurkers from morphing in. Some do come up on the side and burrow, though. A lot of Lings coming down. Uh-oh.
Yeah, a lot of Ling trappings coming up over here. Some of the infantry dropped over behind. And that's going to be wiped out there. And now the soft spot is all but clear. Center left is going to be the target. So many Banes coming in here, and no way for Terran to counter it, nothing here to attack them. And we may see what could have been a possible Terran favor seesaw back into the hands of the Zerg.
Well, Dark is maxed out. There he goes, rolling up towards this planetary. That is many, many, many Banelings. No way that planetary is getting out of here.
And, you know, it's not exactly cost efficient, but the point is that, you know, Terran basically has one viable point on the map to collect resources. So, you know, from here, I mean, it doesn't mean that Terran doesn't have a shot, but it's a really, really difficult, really low odds, especially now with Zerg coming in here. Does Terran mustered enough to defend this? No.
All right, drops his mules in a star shape. GG. And that means that Dark ends up winning the group out in first place. I guess on paper, that's probably what you should expect, but honestly, I'm like very impressed by Dream.
Yeah, I think the results on paper don't tell the story. The games were really, honestly, I think some of the best TVZs of the entire year.
Yeah. It was impressive, man. And I think that Dream is probably going to come out of this group and sing it, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it's a frustrating moment for Dream, especially as we got to Game 3. He did not have to bunker rush. You know, the stories of bunker rushes, you know, it's oftentimes about the glory of getting that victory and, wow, you took the risk and it paid off. But these are the stories you don't hear as much of as, you know, when that risk doesn't pay off. Yeah. We've got an interview now. Let's see how Dark's feeling.
Wow, what a performance from Dark. He defeats Dream, and he moves on to the round of 8. Congratulations, Dark. Thank you. Sincere congratulations, Dark. You have made it to the round of 8 after 4 seasons. Finally, the curse has been broken. So how do you feel, Dark? You know, from the winner's match, I was so nervous. You know, I thought I was ahead in the series, but I wasn't. So, you know, at times, you know, I felt like my mentality was getting shaken, but, you know, I kept my poise till the end. You know, I saw the second game of the series, and wow, what a performance that was from you. You were able to destroy the battle cruisers using the infestors and the corruptors. That was so amazing. Wow, the infestors and the ravagers doing work that game. That was like a godlike play, to be honest, Dark. Well, in practice, I use it a lot, so I thought Dream would know it. But I think he forgot about it because it's been a long time since he last got attacked by that. And that game seemed like a really hard game for me, but I was able to turn it around. You know, that was undoubtedly one of the best games of all time, Dark. You know, this fast battle cruiser build is something that even just normal users have trouble dealing with. But you were able to fend it off in such a fabulous way today. You know, I was really hesitant whether I should use Roach or not. But you know, usually going up against battle cruisers, it's not really this hard. And this is a must-watch VOD for Dark. So let's talk about the innovation matchup. You're able to break the curse between you and Innovation. You lost to him 3 consecutive times before, and you're always bogged down by him. So anything you want to say? In the group nomination, I think he was looking down on me. So this time, I thought that, you know, if I lose to him again, I'm just going to have to go to the army. You know, I was preparing for TSL, so right now my condition's not all that good. I'm really tired, but in the end, I'm really happy to have beaten Innovation today. And it felt like fortune was definitely on your side, Dark. In the second game, your Nidus play was definitely very instrumental to the outcome. So what was the background behind that? You know, when I saw the Banshee, I was pretty flabbergasted. You know, I had a feeling if I just knock on his front door and then send the changeling the other way, I have a chance. Was this an impromptu decision? You know, when Innovation sent the Banshee to my base, I was pretty angry at his play. Alright, let's talk about your opponent. And your round of 8 opponent will be the second place of Group A. So who do you expect to play? I think Rogue is going to move out as the first place, and it's highly likely that Terran is going to become second place. So until now, we don't know if Innovation was a problem or Terran itself was a problem for you, Dark.
중량이보다 다 못한다고 생각하고 있어가지고
You know, I think all the other Terran players are not as good as Dream, so I don't really care about that.
관객분들도 오셨잖아요.
So here we have the live audience today, so anything you want to say, Dark?
제가 한번 이런 말을 한 적이 있었거든요. 그 팬분들이
You know, I said this before.
약간 직관이
I said that if the fans come here to the venue, that's gonna lift up my fighting spirit, and that's definitely true today.
네네. 8강 때는 좀 더 좋은 경기력.
But I think I was too nervous today in the round of 8. I'm gonna try to show a better performance.
못했다고 하는데요. 다시 한번 주주
And that was Dark.
감사합니다.
Congratulations. Thank you.
자, 이렇게 박영우 선수
Dark moves on,
계속해서
but we're far from finished tonight.
Yeah, no, this has been an amazing night. Great game so far. And we're going to see who can win between DRG and Innovation. What year is it? I guess it depends on who wins.
That's right. By the way, guys, we have a studio audience here. It's a small one, though. Only 30 people with us. You have to get a ticket if you're going to come down. So if you're seeing this and you're excited and you want to come, don't just show up. Go to that link below. There's a specific time down there that the tickets come up. Buy them, and then bring an ID to show, and you can sit here and watch GSL live, and you can hear our commentary.
That's right. Or if you don't want to listen to us, that's fine,
That's
too.
right. But if you're not listening to us now, you don't know how to get here, you're going to be sitting outside.
Yeah.
So at least you're hearing us now. Make the choice when you come down. It is so cool to have an audience down here. And the show really feels so much more alive for us casting it.
Yeah, it's very nice. The games are more exciting. I think the players are playing better. There you go.
I'm like, you can't prove that, Arto. Just like
They said that they were going to, yeah.
We have a small break, guys, and we come back our next game. Don't go away.